Okay, question 12. The first thing I want to point out here is that we are dealing with calculus and we have trig functions, which means your calculator must be in radians if you want to enter anything in. It won't work if you're in degrees. Let's go straight into question part A. Here we go. So we've got the point P lying on this curve. P has coordinates pi over 2, and we've got to find this missing x coordinate. So let's sub the y coordinate in. All of that squared. 4 lots of pi over 2 is going to be 2 pi. And 2 lots of pi over 2 is just pi, and sine pi is 0, so all that goes. So it's just this, which is 4 pi squared. So we know that P is the point 4 pi squared pi by 2, and that's the exact value. On to part B. We've got to use calculus to find the coordinates of a point A, and what we know about point A is that it lies on the tangent to the curve at the point P, and it's the point where this tangent cuts the y-axis, and we know that on the y-axis x is 0, so that's going to be useful at some point. But before we even apply this, we need to find the equation of this tangent, and to find the equation of a tangent we do a few things. First of all, we find dy by dx for the gradient, and then we use the y minus y1 formula with our gradient in it that we found from dy by dx. Now the only stumbling block that we've got here potentially is the fact that this isn't in the form y equals, it's in the form x equals. But that's okay, because all we need to do is do dx by dy instead of dy by dx and then reciprocate it. So dx by dy will be, now we're going to differentiate this as if it were x's, just normally, because the fact that dy is in the denominator here means y is the letter we're differentiating with respect to. Because we have a function of y here within a greater function of y, which is it being squared, we're going to have to apply the chain rule. So we cover over this bracket and imagine it's just y squared, which differentiates to 2y, so that differentiates to 2 brackets to the power of 1. Now, as we copy out the bracket, we think, now I've got to differentiate this bit that I'm writing out. So 4y differentiates to 4, and sine 2y differentiates to 2 cos 2y, so minus 2 cos 2y there. And of course, when we've differentiated this bit, we multiply by it, so we need brackets around it to show the whole thing is being multiplied. I'm not going to do anything with that now. I'm going to leave it as it is because I know I'm going to substitute some values in to find the gradient of the tangent. So there's no point wasting time trying to tidy it up if I'm just going to sub something in. So let's sub in our y value. So at the point y equals pi by 2, and this will be 2 lots of 4 pi by 2 minus sine of 2 pi by 2 in the first bracket multiplied by 4 take 2 cos 2 pi by 2 in the second bracket, and then work out the value of this. 2 times by first bracket that's 2 pi, this bit we've already worked out was 0, so that's just 2 pi. And then the second bracket we have got 4 minus, this bit's just pi, and cos pi is minus 1, so we've got 4 minus 2, so 4 plus 2 is 6, so this becomes 6 times 4 pi, so that's 24 pi there. So that means that the gradient of the tangent, which is dy by dx, is the reciprocal of that, 1 over 24 pi. So now the equation of the tangent is given by y minus the y coordinate equal to the gradient m multiplied by x minus the x coordinate, which we worked out in part A, that was this one. I don't need to tidy this up now even, because what I'm asked to do ultimately is find the coordinates of A, and we know A is where this line crosses the y-axis, so when x is 0. So at the point A, x equals 0, So y minus pi by 2 is equal to 1 over 24 pi, 0 minus 4 pi squared. And we've just got to find this y coordinate now. So let's do a bit of tidying up here. Because this is multiplying the fraction, it can go in the denominator. We've got pi squared over pi. 4 over 24 is the same as 1 over 6. So y minus pi by 2 is equal to minus 1 pi over 6. So y is minus pi over 6 plus, that is 3 pi over 6. So that gives us 2 pi over 6, which is pi over 3. So the coordinates of A is x is 0 and y is pi over 3.